161 people died because of the Joplin tornado, and according to Delbert McGurk's widow, he too lost his life to the tornado.
Delbert's one of them.
But Delbert McGurk isn't on the official list. Delbert's wife, Jackie, says the tornado caused a mystery illness that took Delbert's life in July of last year. He was 46 years old.
I'd never seen nothing like that. I've never seen anything like what he went through.
Delbert's condition was so rare it prompted KOAM to do a story. Here's Delbert in 2014.
I try to find the answers, see what's going on, so I don't have to go through the painful and flare-ups and possibilities of having something else amputated.
It started burning deep down in his tissue. Then where it was doing it, it would turn a blood red. Then it would whelp, and then it would blister and fill up with fluid. And I mean, we're talking humongous blisters. And that would take all of maybe 20, 30 minutes to go through that.
Eventually, his leg and some fingers were amputated, but the mystery illness kept spreading. Delbert was hopeful an underlying cause would someday be determined.
Until then, I guess it's going to be a headache.
That day never came. There haven't been any answers since Delbert's death either.
I'm not saying there's not someone somewhere, but I just don't know where. And it's too late now for Delbert.
Delbert's daughter says since the tornado, she's dealt with chronic sinus infections and bronchitis. Local doctors are familiar with the symptoms.
Some people have had complaints since then, like respiratory symptoms, breathing problems, frequent pulmonary infections.
Diagnosing the cause of some of these symptoms can be a mystery.
And we don't have any good explanation for that, really.
Delbert's ashes are in the McGurk's storm shelter.
So if something did happen, he wouldn't go away. He would be okay.
In the midst of caring for their own health issues, there's one big question always in the minds of Jackie and Shandy.
I still to this day wonder if that tornado hadn't come through, would my dad'd still be here.
The two are still trying to cope with reality that they may never know. Lisa Robinson lived about 12 miles away from Joplin's tornado-affected area.
I'm aware that our environment does have an effect on us, so, but yet to the extent of what I experienced, it I think was definitely a surprise to me.
Robinson says, simply put, what she experienced a few days after the tornado was weird and incredibly scary.
I had so much pain that I couldn't stand to be touched.
It was hard for her to move.
My joints got sore. It started with my wrists, and then it began to just travel upward basically, and then to my legs. So it hit every joint that I'm aware of.
Robinson was bedridden and says she became allergic to what her clothes were made of or how they were washed. She says eating almost any type of food made her condition worse. Robinson also believes the tornado kicked up dangerous chemicals from buildings that were destroyed.
Things that I had in my environment that I'd have to monitor because they would accelerate. That would accelerate those symptoms.
Not in the air anymore, but I mean at that time, of course, a lot of things were flying around. There was a lot of, not just, hard objects like pieces of wood and stone, but a lot of dirt was stirred up, and people definitely inhaled a lot of things. We don't know what was in there.
But some doctors say it's unusual for tornado-related respiratory issues to be around 5 years later.
I would expect most of that to happen initially, and I wouldn't expect it to really come in 5 years later and sort of present itself.
It's difficult to prove one way or the other.
Doctors say tests on the immune system can show deficiencies, but don't always pinpoint causes.
So I basically did a lot of my own, became my doctor.